Today we're bringing you the 10 greatest classics in Europe, major rivalries, and heavyweight shirts. We're starting our list at number 10 with the greatest classic, which is the match between Ajax and Feyenoord. De Klassieker is the greatest classic in Dutch football, contested between Ajax and Feyenoord. Two of the three most successful clubs in the Netherlands, the rivalry goes beyond football, with supporters fighting off the pitch several times over the years. These fights often spill onto the pitch as well, where Ajax tends to come out on top most of the time, but the passion and hatred between supporters make this a spectacle every time they meet. The ninth greatest classic in Europe is between Arsenal and Tottenham. The North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham is, without question, the most entertaining in England, mainly because more goals are scored in this match than in any other in the country. Arsenal has the historical advantage, winning the league twice at Spurs Stadium, although in recent years Tottenham have closed the gap by finishing above the Gunners in the table. The eighth greatest classic in Europe is between Porto and Benfica. In Portugal's classic, between Porto and Benfica, there are 7 European trophies at stake, plus 66 National League championships. Whenever the two teams face each other, there tends to be some kind of title implication, and it almost always lives up to expectations, with only 17 goalless draws in 246 meetings between the teams. The seventh is Roma and Lazio. The Derby della Capitale is Italy's greatest rivalry, contested between two teams that genuinely hate each other. Roma and Lazio is indisputably Italy's fiercest classic, with the two teams almost going to war at the Stadio Olimpico. The sixth is Manchester United and Liverpool. Manchester United and Liverpool have won a combined total of 39 league titles and 9 Champions League titles, and they often compete against each other for top spot in the league each season. If you like curiosities about European football, subscribe here so you don't miss anything. The fifth greatest classic in Europe is between Inter and Milan. Two of Italy's most successful teams, the two Milan giants have reignited their rivalry recently, after a few years of mediocrity. If you think of the greatest Italian players of all time, the chances are they've played for either Milan or Inter. The fourth comes from Serbia, Red Star and Partizan. Local pride is always at stake when Red Star and Partizan meet, with supporters arriving with thousands of flares and drums to intimidate their opponents as much as possible. They are the two biggest clubs in Serbia, with Red Star holding the record of 31 league titles, ahead of Partizan's 27. The third greatest is Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are the two biggest teams in Turkey and, as such, they hate each other. The hatred is genuine and permeates football and society, constituting one of football's most passionate classics. The second greatest comes from a rivalry that even involves religion, Celtic and Rangers. Little old Scotland is home to one of football's greatest classics. The two biggest teams in the country are both based in Glasgow, but the rivalry goes beyond the four lines, as the two sets of supporters are generally at odds over politics and religion as well. The greatest classic in Europe and in the world is between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Of course, El Clasico tops this list. It's the classic between the two greatest football teams in the world. The spectacle features the world's best players against each other with Champions League, La Liga and Copa del Rey titles at stake. It's fierce, passionate, high quality and, by far, the greatest classic in Europe. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and before I go, I'm leaving another video here on the channel. It's appearing now in the card. Click and watch.